Kylian Mbappé, the transfer saga continues as we go on to our third time trying to obtain this player. And I think I speak for a lot of people, and possibly for the president, agents, everybody, fans, that it ends here. If an agreement is not met this January, in a couple of weeks, we're done. We're moving on to different pastures. We missed out on Haaland because of him and other potential players. We could have gotten some of the best strikers in the world that are currently in other places, like Vlahovic, Goncalo Ramos, Haaland, obviously. Just strikers that we could have gotten, but we decided to, try to get Kylian Mbappé. Who wouldn't? This is the most important transfer saga of this generation. And, how do we go from here? So, what the news has been saying, and the news comes from a very, very important French media outlet. They're important because this media outlet was the one who basically spoke on the Mbappé saga and said that he was going to stay at PSG while he was being, put to the third team, was put on separate training. So that's when it looked like he was imminent to come to Real Madrid or to make an agreement with Real Madrid. This news outlet was the ones who said, hey, he's not going, he's he's gonna stay. And a lot of people didn't go with that, so it's important to listen to them this time, because now they're the ones who are saying that Kylian Mbappé has agreed to join Real Madrid. We've been in this saga long enough to know that we won't believe anything until he is wearing the white shirt, until he has it up, at the Bernabeu. We're not going to believe anything that comes out of any news outlets. But this is significant because after this, there's no more chasing, no more trying to, loose out on other targets. This is it. This is as good as it gets. This is the final page of the book, and it's either going to continue or it's going to end. And I think it's the end for him as well. He could join a multitude of clubs, but a lot of the clubs will not be able to sustain him. We just think about, let's go to the Premier League. Liverpool. Okay, Liverpool, they're great. They're always in a title race, always contenders for Champions Leagues, but they don't have the money for him. They don't have the money. Of course, Salah, Mane, a lot of these bigger names are, getting older and about to leave, but they still don't have the financial backing of a Real Madrid, a PSG, Manchester City, Newcastle. So they're out of the picture. Manchester City has Haaland. They have someone that basically takes his place. We know that Mbappé doesn't want to play on the left wing. Doesn't want to play as a striker. He wants to play on the left wing. That's where he does his best work, going from the left to the middle, cutting in. He doesn't want to be a striker. He doesn't want to hold the back line. And we can go through various other clubs. Barcelona don't have a cent. Nobody in Italy is going to get him. He's not in the age to go to the Saudi league clubs. So this is it. This is as good as it gets. And to me, it gives me great assurance, at least, to know that it's gonna end here. This is it. So I'm very happy that it's gonna be figured out this month, I guess. Whether it comes or it doesn't come, I want it to be over. I want Real Madrid to start looking into different fields. We know Haaland has a buyout clause that's going to be available next summer. We have other players that we can come to. You know what I mean? How many teams have won the Champions League without Mbappé? He's not the one that's going to make us win it. He would help, but we can't put all all our time and money and wasting out on other great players that are, coming into the world. So this is about it. We know that he will be coming into a Real Madrid team that doesn't have the same amount of eagerness to have him there. I mean, in 2022, we really wanted him there. We didn't have Benzema. We were losing out on strikers. We hadn't bought a forward since Hazard, and we know how that went. So what is that, 2018? We haven't bought a starting forward. And he didn't come, and now we've seen the rise of Vinicius. We've seen the rise of Rodrigo take the ranks, and these are different times now. A lot of these players have bigger contracts. Valverde has a bigger contract. Bellingham has rose into the scene, showing us that we don't need to put all our money and time into just one figure. There are other players out there that can really do it. So it's a different time, and he must know that he's not going to get the same contract. He's not going to get the same amount of money. This is up to him. This is about legacy. He has the amount of money to run away and do whatever he wants to do. This is about legacy. This is the only club that can get him the aspiring Champions League win that he needs to complete football, basically. And I mean, he knows what he needs to do. I mean, maybe he doesn't have the same goals in mind, or maybe he thinks he can get PSG up there to win the Champions League trophy. Maybe he feels very sentimental with his French side and wants to bring the French people up. Who knows? But I'm sure even French people want to see him in Real Madrid. I mean, I'm sure. But yeah, I mean, like I said, this is all paper talk. This is all coming from agents and and correspondents. But we are finally getting to the edge of the end of this saga, which has been very, very stressing, long, and maybe even hurtful for Real Madrid, because it's probably held back on success for the last 5 years because of him. Not because of the results that we have. Oh, obviously our players are not going to down tools because he's not coming in, but we have forgone other players for the pursuit of him. So but yeah, the decision will be made. Decision will be made this year. We have a very strong president. It's go time for him. He is in a unique place where he can join any club without having a transfer fee to be settled between the clubs. He has the ultimate power. It's just him and the club he chooses 6 months from now in the summer. So whatever it is, whatever the outcome is, I'm just glad that it will be settled this January. And if it's not him, I'm sure we can get somebody else. We have Endrick coming in the summer. We have, like I said, if this falls down, that means that we just have money and wages available to pick up the next striker, and we'll go from there. I mean, I'm sure we have a lot of targets and scouts and things happening, so we'll take it from there, and hopefully this gets announced. And if he does come, great. Get to work. Let's do it. If he doesn't, let's get to work and work around it. He's not going to be the one that makes or breaks us. He is only here to come to help with the journey. He's not going to be the journey. Third time's a charm. Let's see what happens.